Now at 10, dragging a DMV first warning day for your Friday. Feel like temperatures in the triple digits. Forecast in a moment.
Unbearably hot with no relief in sight.
I feel like a wet dog in heat. I want to put the fan with a glass of ice or a bucket and pick my feet up.
Why some in D.C. are feeling the temps more than others.
Brutal ordeal is over, and they're free.
Freed from Russian custody. The Americans on their way home right now, released in a prisoner exchange.
The damaging fires in Maryland. The investigation tonight following a church that was torched.
Call for change, cry for peace, for gun violence and loose disease.
A healing garden in the name of stopping gun violence.
We've let guns take over our neighborhoods. We've let violence take over our neighborhood. And now it's time for us to take our neighborhood back.
The call to action to protect our children.
We're following breaking news. Thanks so much for joining us on DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Susan Tran.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. We're giving you that breaking news out of D.C. in the northeast section of D.C. Tonight, police right now are investigating a deadly shooting. It's near the Lamont Recreation Center. So this is what we know at this hour. We're told that homicide investigators have been called out to that scene.
And we have DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg live there for us. And Daniel, what have you learned so far?
Susan and Chris, we know that two people were shot here. One was found conscious and breathing, the other one unconscious and breathing. The homicide unit, as you said, is here. You can see all of these police cars lined up. To the right of the police cars is where Lamont Recreation Center is. This whole entire area roped off at this point with police tape. We don't exactly know where the shooting happened, but it is up toward where the recreation center is. At this time, we do not know the ages of the two people shot, but one of them has died. We are awaiting a press conference here. We are told in hopefully about a half hour at this scene. But of course, we did see a large amount of people gathering outside, walking down Tuckerman Street here, basically wailing, screaming about one woman saying it was her nephew that was killed here. So we are waiting, again, that press conference. We will bring that to you when that happens. For now, we're live in Northeast. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Yeah, just an emotional night there in Northeast DC. Daniel, thank you. All right, meanwhile, certainly a hot day across the DMV. A live look right now from a rooftop camera here in the district over. Taking a look at Reagan National Airport. The National Weather Service saying temps there in the mid-90s with feel-like temperatures, get this, hitting triple digits.
That heat hurting many farmers in our region. In Frederick County, Maryland, they say there's just little they can do to help their crops other than really just hope for more steady rain. We're going to have more on that situation ahead at 10:30. But first, we're going to turn our attention to our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb, and tomorrow's DMV First Warn Day.
Yeah, Janessa, just hot and humid and possibly storms as well.
Yeah, we have issued that DMV First Warn Day with temperatures going to be even hotter compared to what we saw this afternoon, beating a record out towards BWI, 101 ambient temperature, Dulles area 99, and then an official number out towards GCA of 97 with feel-like temperatures 105. Can you believe we're going to be hotter than this tomorrow with the clouds really leaving the region starting tomorrow morning, and then we'll track in storms. And so there's a lot of instability in the upper atmosphere. Here's the feel like right now out towards Frederick at 10 o'clock. Still at 195 for DC, out towards Manassas into Fairfax County. We're in the middle 80s, and really ambient temperatures kind of matching that feel like as well with dew points. They are roaring back into the 70s. There's no storms to really talk about right now, but they're all out towards greater Cleveland area, and they're going to make their way into our region by tomorrow afternoon. With that DMV First Warn Day, our primary threat is damaging winds along with flooding. I'll have the timing on those storms coming up.
All right, Janessa, we'll see you then. This heat, of course, can be dangerous, especially for hundreds of people in Arlington, Virginia. Their high-rise apartments, they have no power, which of course means no AC.
I just cannot believe that, but so many families who live in this Ballston area say this is actually not the first time it's happened to them, and they're hoping this next fix is a long-term one. Max Marcilla has more from that scene as crews are working, trying to get everyone back online.
People who live here are hoping that the next fix is the last one because they have been dealing with power outages for a while, only made more frustrating by the fact that it feels like over 100 degrees today, and it's getting hot in there. Once again, Dominion Energy crews are hard at work here in Ballston.
We're just waiting for it to come back.
And a lot of people are counting on them.
It's a little frustrating. It's been 4 times recently.
Phil Fielmeyer lives in a high-rise in this neighborhood, one of a couple that has been dealing with persistent power problems.
I'm going to try to probably go over to someone's house and use their internet.
It's not just work from home that's disrupted. Feel-like temperatures into triple digits has left some hot and bothered.
He definitely does not like it. He woke up whining this morning because I think it was so hot in the apartment. So he was a little grumbly, but I think he's hoping the power comes back on more consistently soon.
Stanley's hopes the same as everyone else. Dominion Energy says the nearly 600 customers without power were expecting planned outages beginning tonight so crews could fix the underground equipment inside a vault. But before they could start that, the equipment caused another outage. They're hoping to restore power around 6 a.m. tomorrow, admitting underground work can take time.
We're getting a lot of inquiries, a lot of calls.
All the while, a nearby Hilton is seeing neighbors become guests as they look for a cool night's sleep.
They know we're here, and we've always extended a helping hand whenever there are issues like that.
Dominion Energy telling us that 2,600 customers have been impacted during the 4 outages that first started on June 24th. Reporting in Arlington, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
New tonight, one of DC's most infamous drug dealers from the 80s, Rayful Edmond III, is out of prison. Federal officials say that he was released yesterday, and while he remains in custody, he is now living in a halfway home. According to court documents, Edmond ran a cocaine ring that was responsible for bringing in thousands of pounds of the drug to D.C. Agents finally arrested him in 1989, and he had been serving a life sentence without parole. He had another 30 years, though, added to that sentence for selling drugs in prison, but all of that time had been reduced for helping in other investigations. Federal officials say that he served more than 35 years and will be fully released in November of next year.
Well, right now, 4 Americans are out of Russian custody on their way home. 3 are expected to land here on U.S. soil later tonight. That includes journalist Elsa Kirsheneva, who was arrested last October, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, who was arrested last year as well, and Paul Whelan. Whelan is a Michigan security executive, was in prison there since 2018.
This is an incredible relief for all the family members gathered here. It's relief to the friends and colleagues all across the country who've been praying for this day for a long time.
Also freed, American green card holder Vladimir Kara-Murza, a writer for the Washington Post. He's headed to Germany. Russia and Belarus released a total of 16 prisoners. 6 Western countries released 8 prisoners in that historic swap. Now, some Republicans in Congress, they're criticizing that swap tonight. They say it opens the door to more Russian kidnappings. But Virginia Democratic Senator Tim Kaine calls the swap a long time coming.
A day like today is not only good for the families the Americans release, but it's also good for families who are hoping their family members may be released, because it shows how serious this administration is and the U.S. government generally about trying to bring Americans home.
Well, one of the prisoners freed, Vladimir Kara-Murza, has a home in Northern Virginia and was a pallbearer at John McCain's funeral alongside President Biden. Well, Virginia's other senator, Mark Warner, releasing a statement saying, in part, I am grateful to President Biden and our allies abroad for their efforts to rectify a gross injustice and put an end to the nightmare for these brave individuals and their respective loved ones.
New tonight, a church in Maryland burns to the ground. It happened in Carroll County. Now, the fire marshal's office says that they're investigating how this happened. You can see these images, just devastating for the community there. The fire started just after 3 this afternoon at Clearfield Bible Church, just outside of Westminster. One person was inside, but was able to get out safely. Now to a house fire in Montgomery County, Maryland. It is under investigation. Firefighters rushed to this home in North Kensington this afternoon. Now, 2 people as well as their cat, they made it out safely. Firefighters say they arrived to find heavy flames from the right side of this home, and it likely involved a gas and electric meter. Washington Gas and Pepco, they cut utilities to the house, and the call, it initially came in as an explosion. The fire marshal is investigating to see if there was any kind of blast.
Meanwhile, in the district, police asking for help identifying a suspect in an armed robbery. Take a look here. It happened yesterday Yesterday, just after 2:30 in the morning, a suspect approached the victim on G Street near Capital One Arena, asking for a cigarette and money. When the victim tried to walk away, the suspect attacked the victim with a metal pipe and stole the victim's property. If you have any information, you're asked to call DC Police.
Aiming to stop gun violence in D.C., an organization is really empowering young people, having them help create a community space now known as the Stop the Violence Healing Garden. Now, before moving on to breaking news tonight, Daniel Hamburg went to that celebration that was also a call to action.
We call for change, we cry for peace. For gun violence, we wish to cease.
Whether you're a teenager or an adult, the message here is simple.
What we're doing here today is taking a leap on stopping the gun violence in our neighborhood.
An afternoon of entertainment with a purpose.
Love will conquer.
Unveiling the Stop the Gun Violence Healing Garden at Conti AME Zion Church. Seeds not only planted in the ground, but in the minds of young people.
We began our leadership academy here. We began sowing seeds into these young people to teach them that all that they have to succeed is already within them.
Janine Henderson Arnett is co-founder of Crowned in Resilience Collective. Not only planning this community day, but running a host site of the Marion Barry Summer Youth Employment Program.
We focus on, again, helping them to understand entrepreneurship, leadership, the ability to grow. That's our focus. So our focus is on meeting the whole child.
A program successful enough to catch the attention of Police Chief Pamela Smith, who says police can't drive down crime alone.
They didn't wait for somebody to push them into doing this. This is their community. They want to take back that community, and we're going to partner with them to make sure that we're providing them the resources that they need in order to address the issues that come about in Ward 7.
That was our Daniel Hamburg reporting. The event featured the DC Police Band, several teen entrepreneurs, and resources for the community.